Ward. North Korea executing more people for watching foreign films and TV, UN finds. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. President Hakainde Hichilema has stated that the government continues to ensure that no child sits on the floor in schools. So far, 1.6 million desks have been procured, over 670,000 of which were financed through the Enhanced Constituency Development Fund (CDF). Speaking during the opening of the fifth session of the National Assembly, President Hichilema said that to address the teacher deficit, the government has continued to increase the number of teachers in schools. The head of statistics stated that the head of state rather stated that since 2022, the government has recruited 42,000 teachers and an additional 2,000 will be recruited this year. President Hichilema added that to keep more learners healthy and improve learning outcomes, the government has continued to expand the homegrown school feeding program.
And accessible health care are assured for all. Indeed, a Zambia where every citizen lives a dignified life and can achieve their full potential. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, macroeconomic developments, to go into specifics. In August, we made a pledge to the Zambian people to revive and stabilize our economy.
In the meantime, the Acton Institute for Policy Analysis Center (IPAC) commends President Hakainde Hichilema's speech, stating that it effectively covered various sectors crucial for the country's success, highlighting government achievements while acknowledging challenges ahead. IPAC Executive Director Solomon Ngoma says this demonstrates a commitment to transparency and accountability. Mr. Ngoma says IPAC particularly welcomes the president's tone of unity and call for collective effort to build on past gains, reflecting a spirit of collaboration and inclusivity. He says the inclusive approach adopted in drafting the speech, which drew input from multiple stakeholders, is also noteworthy.
Welcome, President Hichilema has emphasized on the energy sector, the government's efforts to address the challenges. His acknowledgement of the past and the investment in the sector and the need for planning gives us confidence in his administration's approach. We look forward to continued stakeholder engagement with the Minister of Energy to ensure a comprehensive approach to addressing our energy crisis.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia (ECZ) has prescribed Thursday, 2nd of October 2025 as the date on which to hold two ward by-elections in Chisakane Ward in Kafue District of Lusaka Province and Nakato Ward in Mongo District of Western Province. The polls would take place from 06 hours to 18 hours on Thursday, 2nd of October. In a statement, ECZ Senior Corporate Affairs Officer Sylvia Bwalia says nomination for the said by-elections will be conducted on Tuesday, 16 September 2025. Ms. Bwalia says campaign period commences on Wednesday, 17 September 2025 and will end at 18 hours on Wednesday, 1st October 2025. She says the vacancies of the two wards are due to the death and expulsion of councillor. Ms. Walia says aspiring candidates in the by-elections should lodge complete and attested statutory declaration and nomination papers, subscribed before a magistrate, local court, magistrate, head of a government, primary or secondary school, principal of a college, commissioner for odds, election officer or returning officer on Tuesday, 16 September 2025 between 09 hours and 15 hours. Puma Energy Zambia PLC, in partnership with International Road Safety NGO, Amend today launched the second phase of the Road Safe Africa program, a flagship comprehensive initiative aimed at improving road safety among primary school children across Zambia. Speaking at the event, Puma Energy Zambia PLC General Manager Zwelithini Mlotswa stated every child has the right to travel safely to and from school. Mr. Mlotwa says the second phase of B Road Safe Africa builds on the success of the initial rollout of the program in 2024, which reached over 13,990 students across five high traffic risk zone schools, including Bama Road Primary, Libala Primary, Mambilima Primary, New Mandevu Primary and Twashuka Primary School. This year, the program will extend to five additional schools, namely Chingwere Primary, Kabulonga Primary, Ngwerere Primary, Nyumbayanga Primary, and Thorn Park Primary School.
also want to share with you. From the MC, you did say catch them young. I believe what we are doing here is probably a reflection of what we want to achieve in the future. From Mr. Kapika, he did say that road safety is one that requires a sectoral solution. And again, if I look at the number of stakeholders represented here, I believe we are off to a great start. From Ramadan Nyanza, you spoke of the imagination through drawings. I look forward to the kids as they
And the permanent secretary, Mr. Frederick Mwalusaka, in his speech reaffirmed the commitment of the Ministry of Transport and Logistics to safeguard road users by strengthening enforcement of traffic laws and regulations through RATSA, partnering with stakeholders like Puma Energy Zambia to scale up education and awareness campaigns, and supporting innovative driver education initiatives to ensure behavioral change among motorists. The B Road Safe Africa program, developed in collaboration with Amend with support from ZRST, RTSA, ZP, teachers and students of various schools, directly addresses the high number of child fatalities and injuries in Lusaka's school zones using a multi-pronged approach combining advocacy, education, and engagement through child ambassadorship to foster a safer working environment for the safety of school children within their schools and communities. And in other news trending this evening, the government has observed that the recently signed Memorandum of Understanding on Energy Cooperation between the Republic of Zambia and the Republic of Botswana is expected to significantly enhance the energy sectors of both nations. Aspiring candidate for Chingola Central constituency, Mubanga Chimumbwa, has commended the UPND administration for extending free education from grade 7 to grade 12. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Economist Kelvin Sanga has stated that the anticipated energy tariffs adjustments, projected to add 150 to 200 basis points to Zambia's deadline inflation in third and fourth quarter, present notable risks to the country's near-term growth outlook. Mr. Tsanga says higher energy and transport costs will directly impact household budgets, reduce consumer spending power, and raise operational costs for key sectors including mining, manufacturing, agriculture, and services. He says these pressures, combined together with the likelihood of a continued tight monetary policy stance, could slow private sector activity and investment momentum. Preliminary estimates indicate this could trim zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.5 percentage points from real GDP growth over the next 12 months. Mr. Tsanga says without productivity improvements or targeted mitigation measures, the economy may experience slower job creation and delayed post inflation recovery.
Shown some positive development in a way. What we can see as key pointers that brings or that can bring about the impact are one, we are looking at the inflation impact. The tariff adjustment are likely to, to add 150 to 200 basis point increment on the headline inflation, which may be also complemented with the increment that we have seen in the fuel cost factors.
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in foreign news, the North Korean government is increasingly implementing the death penalty, including 4 people caught watching and sharing foreign films and TV dramas, a major UN report has found. The dictatorship, which remains largely cut off from the world, is also subjecting its people to more forced labor while further restricting their freedoms, the report added. The UN Human Rights Office found that over the past decade, the North Korean state had tightened control over all aspects of citizens' lives. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, said that if this situation continued, North Koreans will be subjected to more of the suffering, brutal repression, and fear that they have endured for so long. And in sports news, Outer Bandia will retain his place in goal for Manchester United in Sunday's debut against neighbours City. But head coach Ruben Amorim says new arrival Saint Lamens has potential to be first choice for a number of years. United signed Lamens 23 for £18.1 million from Belgium top flight club Royal Antwerp on deadline day in preference to World Cup winner Emi Martinez, who was ready to leave Aston Villa. With Andre Onana leaving for Turkish outfit Trabzonspor on loan, it has created uncertainty over the status Amorim's current number one. And now the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
The evening is partly cloudy, windy at times, and warm to mild. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has stated that the government continues to ensure that no child sits on the floor in schools. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has prescribed Thursday, 2nd of October 2025 as the date on which to hold two ward by-elections in Chisakane Ward in Kafue District of Lusaka Province and Nakato Ward in Mungu District of Western Province. And finally, the North Korean government is increasingly implementing the death penalty, including for people caught watching and sharing foreign films and TV dramas, a major UN report has found. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the evening.